Hello fellow expats, this is Danny from T&D Productions. Most expat videos compare the Philippines to the US, or the UK, or Australia. But after spending 16 years in South Korea and now living in the Philippines, I think that comparison is much more interesting. These countries are two completely different experiences. In this video, I will compare these two countries, and depending on who you are, one fit might be better than the other, so stick around for that. Now, this isn't a which country is better video. Both have strengths, both have frustrations. This is just my experience, and honestly, some things surprised me. Let's start with the obvious one, the costs of living. The Philippines is definitely cheaper overall. Housing, food, transportation, daily expenses, especially compared to Korea. In Korea, things are more structured financially. You can live comfortably there, but there's usually more pressure to keep up with the costs. Keeping up appearances is very important to them. You have to buy a new car every 2 years. You have to live in a great part of the city. And you have to live in a well-known apartment building. In the Philippines, it's not a matter of how much money they look like they have. The Philippines feels more flexible. You can live simply or comfortably, depending on your lifestyle. But there's a trade-off. Cheaper doesn't mean easier. Sometimes lower costs come with lower conveniences. And that's something people don't always talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is the infrastructure. This is probably the biggest difference. South Korea's infrastructure is honestly incredible. Public transportation works. Things are organized. Internet is fast. It's one of the fastest in the world. Systems are efficient. You can get almost anywhere quickly. The Philippines is a different experience. Traffic can be exhausting. Systems can feel unpredictable. Things don't always move efficiently. Sometimes you have to adjust your expectations. But at the same time, the Philippines feels less rigid. Korea can feel highly structured. The Philippines feels more fluid, even chaotic at times. Some people hate that. Others actually prefer it. Next thing I want to talk about is the culture and social atmosphere. Socially, these countries feel completely different. Korea can feel more reserved socially. People are polite, but there's a certain distance. And there's definitely more pressure socially. Appearance, status, age hierarchy. Those things matter. The Philippines feels warmer socially. People are usually approachable. There's more casual interaction, more humor, more openness. But that openness also comes with less privacy sometimes. Next one I want to talk about is work culture and stress. Korea is fast-paced, very work-focused. There's pressure to perform and pressure to keep up. That environment can motivate people, but over time, it can wear you down. The Philippines feels slower. Not lazy, just slower. Things move differently here. Some people call it Filipino time. And honestly, coming from Korea, that adjustment took time. At first, it felt very frustrating. Then eventually, it started feeling healthier. The next section is the way of life. Korea feels modern and efficient. The Philippines feels more human. And I don't mean perfect, not even close. But life here feels less centered around constant pressure. People spend more time talking, relaxing, and being social. There's a different rhythm to life. Some people will see that as unproductive. Others see that as freedom. And here's the truth. A lot of people move to the Philippines expecting paradise. Then they struggle with the infrastructure, or the pace, or the unpredictability. And a lot of people move to Korea expecting opportunity, then struggle with the pressure and burnout. Neither place is perfect. and it depends on your personality, your priorities, and what kind of life you actually want. For me personally, after 16 years in Korea, Philippines feels like a breath of fresh air. Not because it's better, just different. And maybe that's what I needed most. Another difference that really stood out to me is the entertainment atmosphere, especially music and media culture. South Korea's global image is heavily tied to K-pop. And once you actually live there, you find out how constant it is. Not just online. You hear it in cafes, stores, taxis, restaurants, gyms, and convenience stores. It's part of the background of everyday life. And honestly, if you're not into K-pop, it can feel kind of unavoidable and inescapable. That doesn't mean it's bad. A lot of people love it. Of course, in the Philippines, there's K-pop too. You still hear it here, but it feels mixed in with everything else. There's more variety overall. Western music, local Filipino music, older songs, acoustic singers, random playlists. The atmosphere feels less centralized around one dominant culture trend. And for me personally, after 16 years in Korea, it's a welcome breath of fresh air. I mean, what do you think? Which one fits your personality more? Is it South Korea? Is it Philippines? What do you like? Do you like the efficiency and structure of Korea? Or do you prefer the Philippines slower pace? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to TND Productions if you haven't already. Until next time, this is Danny from TND Productions, channel made by expats, for expats, about expats. See you next time.